Welcome to the studio. It's Froyle here. I'm so glad you joined me. Today we're working on our 100 days of collage, and baby, this theme is beautiful. Right, so I created these beautiful prints that I absolutely love as a short for YouTube. And then I thought, well, maybe I'll do an extended version because that's just a lot of fun. I decided I wanted to put them into my art journal. Look how fat it's getting. Look how fat it's getting. This is from using it for my 100 days of collage. It's getting so fat and it's so heavy. Anyway, I decided I wanted to put these two beautiful image transfers into my art journal. Now, as you can see, the first thing I did was to print the glorious numbers on my fabulous wet strength tissue. I used white paint, my glorious collection of numbers stamped, and I covered the whole area. It was pretty easy, pretty fun, pretty quick. It was harder waiting for it to dry. But when it did dry, I put on some brown black color, which is a sepia color, onto my gel plate. Then I put my color laser copy print face down on the gel plate and transferred the image. Yay! It looked beautiful. I then straight away used my numbers wet strength tissue background piece of paper straight onto the gel plate to pull the image transfer. And it worked beautifully. I think these prints look glorious. I did it a few times and I'm liking these two the best. So now I'm going to put them into my art journal. I know they're a bit big for my pages, but you know, that's never stopped me before. I'm not going to add too much to them because I really like them just how they are, but I am going to trim around the print and I'll probably add just something textural on top or next to the image. Maybe I should just make sure I don't cut it too short because I do have a tendency to do that. I know, it's really clever. I've got some great skills. So I think I might add some Agura lace to this one because I think that the fibers would look beautiful. Or maybe I'll pull out some of my painted tissue in bronze. That'd look nice too. Righto, so if I put that there, like on the edge, and that's up there on the edge, and that's there on the edge, we're on the edge all the way around. Then I've got a tiny little gap there, and I might put maybe some bronze of the tissue, the colored tissue that I make. That could work. Or maybe some of this one that I was using last week. That could be all right too. I only need a little thin strip. Hair's pretty cool, don't you think? I think so. So put that there and maybe a strip like this, not too fat, along there. And then I'm definitely going to put some Agura lace over that to give it a little bit of fibrous texture. Righto, well, that's the plan, Stan. That's what I'm going to do. Something like that. I'll glue that down. And then I'm going to put some of the Agura lace over it. That's what I'm thinking at this stage. I might glue this down first before I totally decide. All right, I'll do that. That's so cool the way it textured up like that, right? Loving those number stamps. They work so well for backgrounds. They're just fantastic. I know the wet strength tissue is expensive, but man, it gives me such peace of mind knowing that there's less chance it's going to tear. I mean, it probably would still tear, but I can push it down and smooth out the wrinkles without it absolutely tearing to pieces, which is what sometimes happens with the regular tissue. Oh, I just love it. Someone asked me on YouTube if I'm going to go back to regular tissue. And I'm like, oh, no? What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Well, I do like to recycle, paper packaging tissue. So I would use paper packaging tissue to recycle, especially if I'm making colored tissue for different collages. But really, when it comes to the Gelli printing, I just love the fact that it is a lot stronger and can take a lot more loving, especially pulling this image transfer. Because I just pulled it straight away, I didn't put another medium on it and pull it that way. I just pulled it straight up off the plate. You really have to have something strong that's going to handle that. So yes, the wet strength tissue is my new best friend. That looks fabulous. That's a great color. That was from emptying out the iridescent bronze fine bottle onto, yes, you guessed it, wet strength tissue. Cut that off the end, and I'm pretty happy with that. So the question is, do we want to add some Ogura lace? I'm pretty darn tempted. This fabulous fibrous paper does go very transparent when it's dried. So, you won't see a huge amount of it anyway. You'll just see some of the glorious fiber. And I like multiple layers when I create collage. So I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna put it down the side here, not all over her, just here. Maybe on an angle. Okay, like that. Let's start with that. Like I said, it will go very transparent. This natural one does. Looks like we're going over to the other side as well. I don't know why my book's so fat and hard to close. Why does that happen? I don't know, man. Oh yeah, I like that. It's got a bit of a curve to it. That's going to work. That's looking pretty nice. It's getting a little bit of a tint from the paint color underneath. That's going to work out just beautiful. Righto, that's all we're going to do to that page. I'm loving it. I think it's just glorious. The image transfer was a bit of an experiment, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Those number stamps work so well for background. Right, let's do the other page. I'm going to do something similar with this print. Probably not exactly the same, but we'll head in that direction. The process was the same. I put the beautiful numbers stamps onto wet strength tissue with white paint, pulled the print, glorious image transfer, and it turned out pretty nice. She's got a nice feel about her. It's a nice look on her face. These images come from unsplash.com, so they are royalty-free images. I love that website because you can use them without having any stress about copyright issues. Can't stand stress with copyright issues. That's just a drama that I don't like. Right, so we'll trim this one down and then decide what we're going to put with her. I'm thinking some of that colored tissue again. That worked pretty nice, but maybe not with the Ogura lace this time. So if that starts there, she's on there like that. Yep, I'm going to do that. I'll put her down and then decide what I'm going to add with her. She is also in the color of the sepia or brown black. It's one of my favorite colors, especially for image transfers, because it's so warm. I like it better than black. I know a lot of people use black with their image transfers, but I like using Payne's Gray is also a favorite. And this sepia or brown black color is one of my favorite colors. I'll put the link if you like. I'm not sure that you can get it on Amazon. If you're in New Zealand, hey Jules, I get a lot of these Artilia brands from the Warehouse Stationery. That has a lot of these paints. It has a lot more than I expected. I was pretty excited by that. So you want to head off down there if you want some of that gloss I was using or some of this brown black color in that particular brand. You might be able to find a sepia in a different brand, of course. And you don't even have to use this color. Oh, but I love it. Look at that. Going on beautiful wet strength tissue. That's all I'm gonna say. I am never going back, I'll tell you. No tears. Whoop whoop. No tearing for me today. Yay. And the sun has come out for a brief moment in beautiful New Zealand. Because man, we've had some serious rain. Righto, that's down. She's looking beautiful and glamorous and I love it. I love the texture on it. The print doesn't even need anything else because it's got so much beautiful texture and interest in the pattern of the print. Very happy with that. Now I've got some of this tiny little piece of this that's been floating around in my scrap box for a while. Pretty keen to use some. I don't have a lot of it, so I might just use a bit of it because it's really cool. It's one of the painted tissue applications. Man, that's got a serious roll on it now, hasn't it? I don't know if this art journal's ever gonna close. Do I care? Nah, not really. Right, let's put some of that on because that's got some really nice texture and a color that I like. And we'll put some in the corner here. I think I might add this little piece to continue around that side. I think the textured surface works well with the transfer in the background and the colors are working. I've got one more little piece left, so we could perhaps put it down this side. And if it looks too dark when it dries, I'll be spritzing it with some gold bind or some of the new spray I managed to get, which is a bronze shimmer. It's not as strong as the gold bind as far as color goes, but it's pretty nice. It does make a nice metallic shimmer. And we do like that. That's working. I think I'm just going to go to the end of the page here. Just like that. Yep, that's enough. Righto, so I'm going to leave this to dry and then I'll show you how fabulous it looks. And if it doesn't look fabulous, we'll decide about adding something else to it. Just covering up a hole. Righto, so that's what we're going to do. We'll let it dry and then decide if we're happy with it. Okay, so it's mostly dry. I'm very happy with the girls. I think they look beautiful. Both of them look beautiful. But there's a little edge along here that I'm not happy with because the print didn't quite make it to the bottom. Now, you know I can't leave it like that. No, I can't. I wish I could. And I wasn't so pedantic, but I am, and that's how I am. So I'm just going to touch it up along the bottom here with the iridescent bronze fine because I just have to. I can't leave it unfinished. And that just makes me a whole lot happier. Now, the Agura lace is drying up beautiful. It's a little more yellowy, that section, because it's absorbing the ink from that particular tissue. This one looks really beautiful. It dried up really nice and dark, and I think I'll leave that one alone, but I might add a little bit of bronze onto this, just here, a little bit of a scumble of some bronze. Oh, yes. Yes, that's all I can say about that. Just a little bit on the Agura lace, a little touch up of the beautiful bronze. Oh, just love it. Righto, well, I'm not going to touch the other side because I'm really happy with the depth of that tissue around the edge, and I think I'll just leave that one alone. Little touch up of bronze on this side, and then we're done. Yay! So this will be 65 and 66 of 100 days of collage. Man, we are moving along, and that is just beautiful. I'm really loving these. They're very, very different, and I was experimenting with the background of my numbers stamp. Pretty sure we could experiment some more with that because it really does create an awesome pattern. Righto, well, someone needs to take the brush out of my hand because now I'm getting really carried away. and the whole thing might end up bronze. Paintbrush down, paintbrush down. Okay, here's me backing away from the page. Absolutely love it. Looks beautiful. Paintbrushes down. Yay, very happy. So glad you joined me today as I finish these two beautiful art journal pages. Yay for our 100 days of collage. Thanks for joining me today. Wasn't it so much fun? I absolutely love these techniques. Now don't forget, I've put a playlist together so you can find all of the episodes to 100 Days of Collage, and in the description under the video you'll find links and discount codes. So have a look there, and I hope to see you again in the next video.